you know, it was a difficult road we put in front of our guys, but I thought they would be up to the challenge, and I think, they had to be tough to get through that, but I think it made us stronger, and it did the intended, we had the intended result, which was hopefully we get better. We'd be a tough team that can sort of fight, and I think we've shown that here last month of the season. So, I always thought we had a shot and thought we would do it, and it's good to be here.
I would say the wind blowing in had a good part with that. I knew just I'd go out there and keep the ball down, change speeds, and keep them off balance. They'll hit the ball in the air, and we'll get outs.
We were well prepared to the start of the season when we had our first 18 games on the road or so. So going back on the road to a place where a lot of us were last year in Grand Junction, Colorado, we're feeling pretty confident going into it.
That's what it's been all year. We had 2 starters go down during the tournament, and we had to have guys step in, and they did. And it's been that way, all year. And so this team has really been a team, and it's why they've been really fun to coach, because it's a different guy every day, and so you never know who's going to be the hero, because we've had lots of them.
I'd say what's special about this team is we're just ready to explode all the time, right? I don't really think that we'll grind out games if we don't have it, and if we do have it that day, we're going to beat you pretty badly.
This season, no. We really had a bunch of guys step in, fill some roles. Kenton came out through a solid 9 innings for us. We had a couple injuries with Elias going down, and we had a couple other guys step up, Cool Ball going down. And we just had guys fill their roles and do what they needed to do, and that's why we were successful in the LC tournament.
I was tired, and that's tough. 4 9-inning games, really in about a 24-hour period. And luckily we got lucky with the weather on Saturday. It was a very nice day. It was cool. So I do think that helps. I really didn't feel like we got tired, but just mentally and physically, all those things, it wears you down a little bit. But, we just didn't win the last game.
It is both physically and mentally exhausting, but when you're playing for the championship, it all kind of goes out the door, and you're just focused on getting those innings down and hopefully coming away with the win in the end.
I saw just a lot of good teamwork, I thought, for sure. Guys grinded out injuries, and they just took it down to a more simple basis of things, and didn't try to do the big job, but necessarily just hand it over to the next guy.
We're excited about playing them again, even though I guess they should have been seeded higher than us since they won the conference tournament. We're excited. Every game we played against them, we played them 9 times. They've all been 1- and 2-run games. I'm sure we'll have another dogfight on Thursday.
Yeah, I would say so. At the time, I didn't really feel like it was that big of a deal, but at the end of the thing, I kind of realized that it was a pretty big clutch performance. In high school, I've kind of coach had my back and he always gave me the ball in the big game, so I've had some experience in the long run doing that, so I don't know, I guess that helped for sure.
Well, I was excited about that, but you look at us, we've had 12 years of that. We do that all the time. So hopefully that's something that's who we are, and that's one thing we take pride in. We're fighters, we're competitors. I don't know, maybe we're talented, maybe we're not. That doesn't really matter. But the one thing that we can control is our competitive nature, our ability to not quit and all those things. And hopefully that's something that when you become a part of the program, it's ingrained into you. That's who you are.
Well, it gives us a couple advantages going in. We know how their hitters are. We've seen their pitchers before. So, going in, we have a good idea of what we're going to see and how we can hopefully game plan and attack them as hitters. And then on the offensive side, go in and swing the bat hot against some of the guys that throw good strikes.